Yian Kut-Ku, such a simple design, yet an interesting one at that. Does anyone ever wonder why there's so many in the Scarlet Forest? No, seriously, why is there so many? They even migrated all the way to the Ice Shark Cliffs and got hit in the crossfire of Gormagala's upbringing. It's like they can freely mass breed due to lack of predators. Although you could argue that Rathalos and Rathian may feed on them, since they are carnivores, but even then it's still not enough from all the Yian Kut-Ku that are still present. Is it possible that their numbers have or will ever decrease? If so, would it matter? I mean, it's not like the mass population isn't affecting anything nor anyone, unless it has. What if I told you the mass population of Yian Kut-Ku already has affected a certain species of monsters and left them extinct? Well, at least extinct in the Forbidden Lands of Monster Hunter. And what species is it, you ask? Konchu. Where are Konchu? It's like everyone just forgot about them. No YouTube discussions, no Reddit posts, no dialogue about them in wilds, nothing. So where are Konchu? Well, like I just said, they're most likely extinct due to the overpopulated Kut-Ku, or Capcom just forgot to add them. Which would be pretty odd considering they're the main prey for Kut-Ku, and with no Konchu, well, there's no Kut-Ku. JK, they can still feed on other insect monsters, I think. Konchu also are very interesting small monsters. They used to be able to latch atop large monsters in older games, and just pretty much bounce Hunter's attack away for a bit until they were knocked off. They also take up 4 slots in the Monsterpedia from stories, which display in total 4 different colors: icy blue, sandy yellow, verdant green, and finally my favorite, rusty red. Their colors depend on their current environment. Unfortunately in wilds, it looks like we won't get any of these colors for Konchu, let alone just one. All thanks to the mass amounts of Yian Kut-Ku. And it's not even an over-exaggeration about their mass population. An event quest titled Kut-Ku Don's Kut-Ku states that they are exploding in numbers and that they wreak havoc on the ecosystem. This pretty much proves the point that it's possible that Konchu are extinct, well at least for now, but we'll get back to that. This quest statement also is enough evidence to label Yian Kut-Ku as an invasive species, meaning there's way too many and they are causing severe harm to the local ecosystems they are inhabiting. And how do we handle invasive species? We hunt them. But as we know from the guild, there aren't any hunters in the Forbidden Lands prior to our arrival, nor do the villages we discover know anything about hunters and their weapons. So that leaves us with one possible solution that could handle their mass population: the people of Wyveria and their guardian monsters. We obviously have yet to discover every possible guardian monster that still rests in the deep cocoon roots of Wyveria, so if the Kut-Ku population is ever acknowledged to the main story and we have to find a solution, like a guardian solution, then what guardian would it be? I think we have an idea. But for those who don't have the same idea, there's a monster that is similar to Yian Kut-Ku, yet hunts him like it's a walk in a park. Some may say he's an annoying cousin at the family barbecue, or even the type of kid that gets sports taken away at recess. The monster I'm referring to is none other than Yian Garuga. In this case, it would specifically be a guardian Yian Garuga. I truly believe it's possible that a guardian Yian Garuga will be introduced later in the story to help conserve the many other insects that inhabit the Scarlet Forest. And by conserve, no, I don't mean that GYG will be on our side. We will still have the staggering opportunity to hunt them and unlock their equipment, but it will still help conserve other insect monsters by depopulating the Yian Kut-Ku species. As we know, monsters are created with certain responsibilities embedded into them. It's certainly possible guardian Yian Garugas were created to solely hunt Yian Kut-Ku, return for a Riven milk refill, and then head back out to continue to depopulate their species. So the guardian Yian Garuga theory and overpopulation of Yian Kut-Ku is solved. So what about Konchu? I believe Konchu used to still exist while Wyveria wasn't in ruins, along with the mass Yian Kut-Ku population. Part of my theory is that it's been like this for a long time. And guardian Yian Garugas already existed, but the current ones at that time fell along with Wyveria when it went to ruins, leaving Konchu vulnerable and with no protection at all. But as Tashin said, they've been recently awakening, so that's how I think guardian Yian Garuga and guardian Konchu will be revealed. What? Guardian Konchu? Yes, you heard that correctly. I propose that not just Yian Garuga, but Konchu as well will be revealed to return as our guardian to wilds. But how would a guardian Konchu even make sense? Well, going back to my Konchu is extinct statement, if what I said about the ancient civilization creating guardian Yian Garugas to help preserve Konchu is true, then wouldn't they make a backup plan just in case something didn't go as planned? If the founders of Wyveria decided to create a guardian clone of Arkveld due to the near extinction, what makes the reason to make their guardian Konchu any different? Both species were obviously experiencing near extinction, so with that in mind, I think both Konchu, Arkveld, and most likely a whole bunch of other monsters in older times were helped to preservation by the ancient civilization. I also quickly want to retrace my Konchu is extinct statement, since some people made comment about what I said on its extinction solely being from Kut-Ku. If that's true, why don't they just relocate to Winter Plains and the Oil Basin, since Kut-Ku aren't found there, while we've seen Konchu are in fact able to survive desert and volcanic regions? For the sake of a quick and simple explanation, I want to say that Konchu and the Forbidden Lands were more vulnerable due to the present monsters in each locale. It's possible Konchu and the Windward Plains were easily hunted due to Balahara and the swiftness and burrowing techniques they displayed throughout all the sandy areas, and I also want to theorize it was a hard time for them to survive in the rocky areas due to Raydal's presence, along with the constant lightning storms. Same thing goes for the oil well basin. Other monsters in the area most likely hunted Konchu down, but the worst part was essentially the mass amounts of oil. It would easily slow down Konchu amidst their fast rolling, leaving them stuck until certain death awaits them. Just wanted to cover those possible points that people might have pointed out in my Konchu is extinct mainly by Kut-Ku statement, considering Kut-Ku are only found in the Scarlet Forest and Ice Shard Cliffs. Before we near the end of this video, I would also like to talk about possible equipment redesigns, mainly the Yian Kut-Ku hammer. This is terrible. I don't care what anyone says. If we get a Guardian Yian Kut-Ku, then please redesign the weapons, Capcom. I beg of you. I think a good idea for the weapons would be maybe an opposite to Yian Kut-Ku weapons. As we know for Wilds, Yian Kut-Ku got these cute, plushy looking redesigns, so for Garuga, they could do something similar like a yarny material of Garuga's base head, but make the yarn like torn and rigid, with stuffing leaking out, with the stuffing being made to resemble the Guardian part of Garuga. I'm sure there are plenty of redesigns they could come up with, but that's just one good idea. Anyways, moving on. By far, this is the best theory I've made in my opinion. Especially with it having some type of sense behind it, it's been made apparent that the huge clusters of Kut-Ku isn't normal, due to two separate mentions of them, aka Almost comment about never seeing this many together.
I've never seen them together like this before.
Yeah, me neither. This may be the natural state of things during the season of plenty.
And then, like I said in the event quest description. To me, it's a perfect plotline to introduce a Guardian Yian Kut-Ku while also making a new and unique version of Yian Kut-Ku that isn't just missing an eye or an ear this time. I'm also baffled that everyone just forgot about Konchu. I swear they were a pretty popular small monster, and apart from their known status in the series, a possible existing Guardian counterpart would be pretty amazing to Wilds. If Wilds could implement any other small Guardian monster, I think Konchu would be a perfect choice. We do have Sacred already who can fly, so I don't think they'll add another flying small Guardian, so an insect like Konchu would work. But if anything, I'm sure they would add a small monster that could dig, or maybe a fish like Dilix. I'm not too sure. Which small monster would you guys like to see as a Guardian in the future? Ending off after that small Guardian wishlist, this was my Guardian Yian Kut-Ku and Guardian Konchu theory. This is my second Guardian video that I mentioned I would make, so my next video will most likely be a full Guardian wishlist and how they could be introduced in Wilds. I also read a ton of everyone's comments from my previous video, so I may take a few of those in consideration for my Guardian finalists and see if any would make sense to me. Thank you again for watching. Guardian monsters do deserve my love, so make sure to refight them and experience their fun finds once again. Happy hunting.